decoration around it. It is a schoolhouse. This building appears that it could be used in any time of year for a village setting. Now, with that said, that means that if you really wanted to do a spring or summer village and, say, put a schoolhouse in it, this would be the perfect type of building to use for either spring or summer for a small display, or even if you find enough of pieces, I have several like this, you could do a village spread out 5-10 pieces buildings and get a fairly good display. Now this is what I'm talking about light cord areas on the back of your building. With these, it's a little more difficult to try to display because you have to find a way of hiding the light cords if you put this piece, say, in the middle of your village opposed to the very back of your village. So you want to kind of keep that in mind when you're starting to work on your village and plan your village. Make sure that your light cords, when they're popping out of the back of the buildings, can be hidden easily. So, again, this is one type of village piece that you can use. And give me just a second because I forgot something here. I was looking for... this is what I was going to remember to tell you. This is actually part of the Lemax Harvest Crossing series, which is the series of buildings that you see a lot of these nondescript detailed buildings in. And let me again kind of zoom in a little bit with this, give you a better idea of what I'm talking about nondescript detail, in that it looks like this building, it has no Christmas decorations, no snow. It could be used any time of year. And the Harvest Crossing series has a lot of those. Now, another thing that I've come across in thrift stores and yard sales and flea markets and all these kind of off things are non-brand villages or off-brand villages that you find one or two pieces of every once in a while, and you can try to fit those into a village somehow. A lot of times people will pass them up because they want to collect Lemax or Department 56, or maybe it's the wrong scale for your village, or you're just not sure what to do with it. But I'm going to show you one of those now and tell you how I'm using this piece, because I think sometimes, as far as filler pieces go, or maybe an accent piece for your village, if you know how to modify them just right and you know how to fit them into your village, they really can add detail. And the one time that I've used this building so far in a Halloween village, it did get several people's attention, and they did go, "Where did you find that?" And all I did to it was add one piece of detail. This is a very nondescript building. No idea who the maker of it is, really. And judging by the way that it was made, with the light cord going through the back of it, and if I can show you this, see the cardboard around the light? This is probably an older building, probably like 70s or so, with that cardboard around it. You don't see that anymore. So this, God only knows who made this building. It's not a lot of detail to it. It's very plain. The coloring on it's very drab. I decided that I would add Frankenstein, who is towering in this building, to the building display itself and use it as a back end part of my Halloween village. And when I say back end, I mean it sits in the very back of a village, and there's space enough that you can see the houses there, see it usually fairly clearly, but it's not like in the forefront, and it's not really getting a lot of attention unless you really are looking at it or I direct your attention at it. And that's fine and wonderful. If nothing else, it's a filler. But using this type of village, sometimes when you get these nondescript pieces, if you get enough of them, you can always, modify them. If you're good at painting details on small objects like this, repaint them, give them a new feel and look, and you can use them in a universal building display if you want to. So I wouldn't pass up that type of village either, because, again, if you want to do something other than once or twice a year, like some of us that kind of go year long with doing these village landscapes, then that's a great way of doing a very nondescript village. So anyway, so that's kind of the gist of where I want to go to as far as starting this particular series out. Going to probably in the next video get a little more into how to use various scales of village pieces together in forced perspective, so that you can actually get a feel for how come some people use multiple scale pieces in a village. And it's a really neat trick, and it really doesn't take a lot of effort or a lot of time and space to do. It's just simple optical illusion and understanding how the mind works with objects. So anyway, I should have that one up and ready for you sometime soon. It's a tight schedule right now, but look for it, and I'll let you all know whenever I have that one up. Thank you, and happy villaging.